Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got her. There she is, Reaper Lily, Advocate of God Lily, whatever you want to call her. She just looks nar, and it wasn't painful getting her at all. It wasn't. It it just sucked my soul out. But hey, here she is. Amazing character. I did have to pity her. The pity actually did work for me. I was worried there for a minute. Figured maybe it was gonna give me some kind of warning and be like, oh, you can't pity this character because you have the arc for her. Who knows? Who knows? I didn't read through all the paragraphs in the mailbox. So everything turned out alright. We did get Lily. She is quite the amazing little character. I just got her today and I threw the level 80 potion on her. She's at 82 out of 104 abilities. Obviously, I don't have all of the mats to enhance her to 100. And I'm kind of holding on to my level 100 rainbow potion anyway, but I did have like a level 80 potion laying around. So I figure why not, this girl's worth it, especially since I have the arc for her. As far as her equipment goes, you guys know that I had to get her weapon just because it looks cool. And I think it favors dark. And we have Lily's alb. Of course, I gave her the magic crystal necklace just to kind of run that around on her, and the nightmare hat to try to strengthen her magic just a little bit. For anybody that's endgame right now, there's also a badass pair of gloves that make casting take a little bit longer, but they amplify your magic damage, and I'm pretty sure they cost a couple million of the currency to get. So I was peeping those out. They look pretty cool. If anybody can leave me a comment, if anyone's actually used that item and kind of tested it out, let me know, because I might just go pick that up. They look like a pretty cool pair of gloves for a caster, and I'd like to know how much slower they make casting. So here is my Lily. She literally really has nothing taught to her. I got a few abilities, but most of the stuff is what's in her kit. I don't have her her tier 5 light spell yet. So homegirl's just working with Shining Zoc, Abyss Gate. I do appreciate that they gave her Venom Rainfall. That is something that I like to use. Very happy with that. Of course, she already has Auto Aura. I just got the auto healing for her. Have to see how well that works. I was told that the old Lily actually has a better ability to actually come back to life. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I'm just starting to really test run this girl right now. Light boost. Let's see. We have light attack rise 2, even though she's doing a dark attack right now with her scythe. But hey, whatever, we got that for free, so it's there. Some dark boost, immovable object, high level magic champ. Oh, and of course we're gonna put on skill charge 1. What's important to me though is breaker. Breaker and advanced breaker. It's probably gonna be the next thing this girl learns. Because it is very important for me to be able to gauge just how much this character breaks. That is part of the reason I was actually excited about her as a mage, because don't get me wrong, I have other mages that can cast spells great. This one might have an amazing looking sprite, but she had to bring more to the table than that badass sprite of hers. And when I read that she actually gets a nifty percentage to her break, on top of having breaker already built into her kit, I did start getting excited about her. And of course, I had lots of motivation for that because I have the UR arc that goes with her. So if I didn't get this character, it was almost a goddamn waste, right? And I think last time I talked to you guys, I was like 40, 50 pulls away from being able to pity her. You know, the funny thing is, I got teased so much along the way. The last 40 pulls that I did today, the last 10 pull started off as a red orb, and it was an off banner. And then out of the 6 singles that I had to do, because I was like 16 short, and surprisingly, the very last 3 single pulls that I did were all red orbs. They were all SSRs, and I was like, great, I'm going to get Lily on the very last pull to pity her. And no, I didn't. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. It was some other stuff. It was some arcs. And those helped me out. Hey, an extra 5% here and there goes a long way. And I did end up doing the 16th and final pull, and we did get Lily. So, figure let's take her for kind of a little test drive here. Right now, what I'm looking for is skills and modifiers. Let's see. I don't know how tough she is yet. We'll just have to take her to the White Lab. Why wouldn't we take her to the White Lab? That is like Lily's little playground. It's her favorite place. Here it is down here. Here. Lily made the White Lab. So, of course we're gonna do her benchmark there. Spirited Assault. No support. There's her arc. Ultimate Boost. Ultimate Boost is really what I wanted to teach her right now, and it looks like she's just 1 or 2 fights away from getting that. I really am a fan of this girl's ultimate, her S4. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. Lily does favor light damage. She's going to do more light damage because she has a tier 5 light spell. Right, and her S4 is also light. Here's her S1. She makes like this eyeball come out of the ground. It's actually pretty good for slowing people down. It does give them some air time, so you could get some air damage in there. So that was her S1. Then with skill charge 1, she gets it pretty quick. Next we're going to drop her S2, Ansel Hayes. This is where she crystallizes everything. See, that's pretty cool. That's a good AoE right there. Follow that with the S1 and then S2. Pretty much everything's dead. And here's what I was really impressed with about Lily so far. In just the few battles that I've ran her. Her S4 charges up very quickly, which is very, very important. It's very nice. Here's her S3. Boom. She just jumps up in the air, hits everybody around her. Totally dig it. We'll throw that S1. We'll run away. We'll run away. We'll hit him with an S2. Everybody takes some of that crystal damage. You know, we need to take that damage out. Let's target this fool. There you go. I don't know what that is. Just like an eyeball that comes out of the ground. But it's pretty cool. Oh wow, I thought they interrupted her S2, but she still managed to get that one off. I do gotta say, I dig her basic attack too with the scythe, right? It seems to like go through everyone. Yeah, it penetrates everything in a straight line. That is pretty cool. I dig that. She naturally has just a penetrating basic attack. It's pretty nifty. So let's see, which one of these guys do we want to off? I want to keep them keep them alive long enough. We'll target the robot because I'd like to. I would like to proc her S4 and finish this properly. Let's see. Yeah, let's target this fool mage. See, I know we can proc her S4 by just doing some basic attacks. And to be able to proc her S4 on this map, it has to charge up pretty quick. Loga was like the only character. Here we go. Hers is charged. Loga was like the only character that has no problem at all charging up his S4 before he gets here. A lot of the characters I run cannot charge up their S4 before this boss here, and it looks like Homeboy got the edge on us. He did stun us for a second, so you better get him in. You better get your hits in while you can, buddy. Because we got her S4 charged up. She does have an ability where as soon as she almost dies, she's supposed to like auto heal herself if she has 30 MP, which she does. S3 does good damage. Alright, it's S4 time. Here we go. Shabow. Lily Matter 2.0, baby. Lily Matter coming from the upgraded Lily. Oh, I dig that. Light attack rise. And that machine is just broken into pieces. So this is what's cool about Lily. And like I said, what I really need to do is test Lily out when I have her fully set up to break, because I believe that is the huge advantage you do get from Lily, is not only do you get a mage to do burst damage and DPS and all the nifty things Lily does, like split her hit count and get double the hits. Really, the huge advantage she has over other mages so far as I can tell, is this break ability. This ability to also not only be a burst damage mage that can clear runes out, but she can break a boss down, put him in that broke state, and do even more damage to a boss then. As far as I'm concerned, that's what you want to save all of Lily's best spells for, right? You want to use her skill kit and you want to break the boss, and then you can start casting whatever it is you need to cast. All in all, though, pretty happy with this character so far. Actually, really had to work for this one. And obviously, this girl's going to be much better when I actually have her arc on her. Let's run this again. Yeah, I think this girl's going to be much better off, obviously, with her arc. Because last time, I didn't cast anything. Now, I know I have a limited number of spells here, but here she has her, what is this? Can we get a highlight of this anymore? Light and dark damage plus 15% for all allies. So that's pretty awesome. That is a great charisma, because it's just light and dark damage. It's not necessarily magic damage, which means she can run around with Zuglis, or she could run around with Roland, or in my case, Roland and Milim, right? Milim's going to get 15% more to her dark damage. Roland's going to get 15% more to his light damage. This is a charisma that you want up. I would choose this over Roland's charisma, for sure. I don't know, maybe if you have the piece of equipment on Roland that gives him an extra 5% to his charisma, but then you're kind of gypping Roland of a really good armor piece, in my opinion. Still, I would take Lily's, 15% more to each. That is very nice. Typically, I don't even really run a charisma ability. So, and then let's see how Abyss Gate works. It's been a while since I've cast with Lily. There it goes. She's going to double the number of hits, so all these fools are just going to get shredded. Because Abyss Gate hits a good amount of times already, and now she doubles all those hits. So all in all, not too bad, not too bad. Her mage game is what you would expect. And her S1, look at that. This thing charges so quick. I could just spam the shit out of it. Look at that. So yeah, everything she does throws people up in the air. Like I just dealt with that whole wave by just spamming S1. It works very well because you can throw another S1 before they've recovered from the first one and just kind of keep things floating. So I'm going to have to see, what this girl can do with like aerial damage. This S2 does affect multiple mobs, but they have to be in close proximity to each other. It's just what I've noticed. I gotta say, this S1 is very nifty. It is very nifty. It messes the enemy up. It destabilizes them. They're all floating up in the air. And it's like, you can cast this thing all the time. That S1 charges up so quick. And I doubt that it's just because I put skill charge 1 on this girl. We already have another one charged up. Boom, there we go. Some of that S2. Another S1. She just keeps herself fed great. Now I do have some equipment on this girl. I have that pendant from the UR arc. Not the UR arc. The one from the collab. You guys saw the pendant that I have on this girl. It gives her a lot of intelligence. It also feeds her skill kit and feeds her magic point pool, I believe. So let's see, we're going to finish this one off with Lily Matter again, just because I like looking at it. Oh, and once again they stunned us. This is their chance, boys and girls. There's 2 of them. I'm knocked out. I'm on the ropes. I'm not too worried, though. Lily does have, like I said, she has a revive ability, which, surprisingly, I thought they took that away from her. Now, granted, if your Lily has 0 MP, that revive ability is not going to kick in because it does take 30 MP for her to come back. So, you know, if your Lily has 0 magic points, her revive ability is not going to work. I don't know if that's different than her old ability. I'm really going to have to look into that, see what the differences are. It's been a while since I've actually ran Lily. You know, obviously since I lost her on this new account, I recently just got her. Haven't even really worked on her too much. And now I have the shift form of her, and she is doing pretty damn good. So, all in all, I'm happy with everything right now. I'm going to work on this girl, see exactly what she can do when I put ultimate boost on her. And this has break boost. That's right. This is why this was the first arc that I really put on this girl. I have not let Lily wear her own UR arc yet. That's probably going to be the last thing that I put on her, so she can learn all of the abilities together. The other thing I'm thinking about is I do need to unlock Skylord on the Rebel Dragons arc. I want to see what I can do with Skylord, especially with units like Bad Boy Shin, who can jack enemies up in the air, because with Skylord, I believe the higher the enemy goes, the more damage you do. Zox is another character that can just spam his S3 and really keep you floating up in the air really high. I've noticed that if you run Bad Boy Shin with Zox, and you use Shin to throw up somebody up in the air, Zox's S3 will keep them up in the air for a long period of time at the very top of your screen. So with Skylord, you should be able to pull off quite a bit of damage with that. So it's going to be one of the things I'm working on next, is really testing that out, because I think that's an ability that a lot of characters can take advantage, and I think it's overlooked with a lot of characters. Even Lily here could take advantage of Sky High, because technically her skill kit is throwing people up in the air, especially her S1. You guys just saw how I spammed that and kept the enemy mobs floating in the air for a little bit. So something like Sky High for 4SC can actually increase her damage quite a bit, and people don't think about that stuff when they're thinking about building a caster, right? So Lily is kind of unique. More to come. That's all I have to say. There's a lot to test out. There's a lot of things to do. I got to go through her equipment, and actually really make a build for her. And obviously I have to unlock her tier 5 light damage spell, and really get some specs on that, see how much it's doing. That thing also has a chance to blind people, so that's pretty cool. So, yeah, your boy's going to be busy. This is what I've been up to. This is what I'm going to be pursuing for the next couple of days. And I will keep everybody posted. Guys, I'll tell you how desperate I got grinding out resources. I don't know if you can see how much energy I have. I have 48,000 of the blue energy. It's because I ran out of it earlier today. Like, trying to grind out my last 10th pull, I actually ran out of blue energy. It's kind of embarrassing, but hey, we got her done. We got her done, and we did pity our Lily. So, oh, is that a bottle? I've been finding bottles all over. So yeah, I will see you all soon. Expect more videos to come. We will actually be going over Lily because, like I said, I've heard both things. I've heard people say she's not really worth it as a breaker. It doesn't even factor. And I've had other people say that if you do it right, she can actually be a very accomplished breaker. So I'm going to have to get all the skills on her and actually test it out, because that's kind of make or break for Lily as far as I'm concerned. You know, and I'm going to be testing her against Zox, who is one of our best breakers that we have. And I'm going to be doing a pretty good comparison. We're going to see which one of them can break better. And obviously, depending on what you're going up against, I could always run them together and really break the shit out of something. And then, you know, rely on Lily to do a bunch of burst damage with her magic. So we'll have to see how that goes. But first, I have to benchmark everything, so I'm going to get to it. And you guys all have a wonderful night. Yeah, it is dark out now, isn't it? Yep. So I just wanted to share the good news with everybody. Peace.